All right, it's time for Ask GMBN. So leave us your questions in the comments section down below, or using the hashtag Ask GMBN. Ask us anything really.
Anything, and we'll try and answer them.
Well, mainly mountain bike related questions.
Yeah,
we'll try our best with those.
Yeah.
Right, so let's kick it off. James Swainston's been in touch. He says he's recently bought loads of new shiny parts for his mountain bike. The parts will arrive at different times. Do I upgrade the bike as the parts arrive, or do I save them up and have a whole day rebuilding?
Ooh. I like to save all my parts and then build it up all together in one hit.
Yeah, it'd be quite a nice day's work, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
do that.
Good fun.
Sounds
and you have
cool.
all new shiny bits on your bike in one hit.
Also, saves you doing it maybe twice. You might maybe put grips on or new bars, so just do it all in one go, I reckon.
Unless your grips are like the worst grips and you need grips straight away, then
that's true.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Yeah. Right, next one is Callum James. He sent this in. I am looking to drop a post for XC bike and my seat post is 27.2. What options do I have out there?
So 27.2 is more of an old school size for seat tube diameters. You're a bit limited. As far as I can tell, there's a Thompson seat post in 27.2, but there aren't many options, so I'm afraid you are a little bit limited. Okay, Ricky Wood, do you guys give your bike a name? Mine is called Zippy.
I give my bike a name.
Do you?
Yeah, my Canyon Sender's called Black Beauty because it's all black.
I don't. Boring, I suppose, but no, it's just a bike, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. All right. All right, I got one. John Fodenschwoff.
That's good.
Yeah. Are higher or lower pressures better to avoid pinch punctures?
Higher pressures.
Higher pressures.
Yeah, you don't want to go too high because you're going to start peeing off things, but definitely higher pressure is going to avoid punctures a little bit better. Yeah. Thomas Ashcroft, what is your opinion on people running 29ers this year for downhill?
Ooh, I think it's interesting.
Topical, this.
Yeah,
so
it is a big topic.
Last weekend we saw just Santa Cruz actually show up with 29er V10. There's lots of rumours of people turning up the second round in Fort William in a month's time, probably a bit longer than that, with 29er bikes.
Yeah. I think they're coming in.
I think
for sure.
On the right track, they're going to be really fast, so people are going to do it for sure. And I don't mind. I've ridden 29er quite a lot on trail bike. It's good fun. I guess for smaller people, you do buzz your bum a little bit more on the back tyre when you're trying to soak things up, but they are fast.
But like you're saying, they downhill races, they might take two bikes.
I think they might do, take a 27.5 and a 29. And actually, I thought they looked all right, especially the V10s looked like a good bike. I was a bit worried that, well, maybe it'll happen on the smaller bikes for shorter people. They'll look a little bit out of sort of dimensions with the wheels and the frame, but it's all right.
They're coming in for sure.
Yeah.
All right, got one here. It's AJHD. He says, for the next one, should I tubeless on my dirt jump bike? Should I run tubeless on my jump bike?
You don't, do you?
I don't run it. I've never tried it, but you're running super high pressures anyway, so it might blow at the wrong moment, burp your tyre all the time, I don't know. It's
probably the one discipline, street as well I suppose, where you don't really need it. I would probably just keep it simple and run tubes.
Yeah.
But you should check out our video on 8 beginner dirt jumps to master.
Turn bar, ET, 1 foot, 1 hand, table, X up, no foot, 1 hand, 1 foot, oh, maybe a bonus.
Okay, so Benno Clark asks, I find the arches of my feet get really sore after 2 to 3 hours of riding downhill. He's tried moving his feet on his pedals, but hasn't made much of a difference. What should I do?
I've had this and I don't know.
I don't have an answer, but I would probably try some different insoles in your shoes. You can get stiffer insoles. I wonder if that might make a difference. Give you a better platform to stand on, or change your shoes maybe. I wonder if your shoes are a little bit soft in the soles, so sort of bending around.
Just bending around.
Don't know. I would definitely look at my feet and my pedals. So maybe get a bigger pedal.
Oh yeah, wider platform.
Definitely worth experimenting with, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Right, I got one here from Alexander Swell. He says, when I'm bunny hopping, shouldn't you land back wheel first rather than your front? The same question for dirt jumping.
I've been asked this a lot actually when I was coaching. I would always say that, well, not always actually, but generally landing front wheel first is not a problem unless you're doing it too much and you're landing into something, potentially going over bars. Because, for example, let's think about like a really slippy route and you want to hop over it. If you do a big 2-wheel hop and land 2 wheels at the same time, your front wheel isn't going to land for quite a long time after that route, so it could potentially land on something else. So that's why I just think about unweighting slightly and getting your front wheel back down straight afterwards. And also on a jump, especially with the landing, you're trying to sort of match the angle of that landing. So really your front wheel gets there first, so landing first is okay. You don't particularly want to jump and then land with your front wheel right at the bottom downslope. So I think it's fine as long as you don't do it too much.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Perfect answer.
Oh, thanks. Big D. Who's this? I'm Little D. This is Big D. On the topic of mixed components, i.e. running different wheel sizes, we talked about this last week, people running 29er on the front or 27.5 on the back.
Yeah.
He has heard of people running mixed brake pads, such as a metal one on one side and organic on the other in the same caliper. Have you done this or heard of anyone doing this? So what are the benefits? I've never done it. Well, I can't remember which way around it is, but I should know this. But some brake pads work better in the cold and wet. I think it's probably sintered. And then you have the organic pads that are sort of better in the heat. So I have heard of people doing that. I think someone did it the weekend, actually. I'm sure I saw it on one of the websites the weekend. Someone raced the World Cup downhill, but I've never tried it. Might work? Don't know. Sorry. Rubbish answer. Don't have an answer.
I don't know that answer.
But I've heard of it, yes.
I just stick to what's in the caliper.
Yes.
That breaks. Right, we got No Man Naji. He says, yeah, as you celebrated Hardtail Week.
Yeah, we did.
Can you celebrate retro bike?
Oh, yes, that would be cool.
Good one.
That's a great idea. I love a retro bike myself.
I do as well.
Well, actually, I've got 3. I've got my old 90s Kona. I've got that Trek we used in that video. It's terrible. And then I've got a very old Peugeot. It's like a really old mountain bike.
I need them. I need to stock up on some retro.
Yeah, let's do it.
If we're doing this.
But check out some of our highlights from Hardtail Week.
It's Hardtail Week!
Right, this name I'm going to mispronounce, but I think it's Ola Oso Omagel.
Well, that's not Osmagel.
That's it. Any tips for making a wooden ramp? You've probably got some tips. You've done
this. Tips. Well, there's a number of ways you can do this. A lot. Depending on how big you want your ramp. But if you're going for, let's say, a 2-foot radius or a 3-foot radius, you want to go 6 foot out.
So I always thought this. Do you cut the actual shape of the ramp first out of, say, plywood?
Yeah.
And then you make 2 of those and then join them together with sort of slats.
With slats, yeah. But to get the radius is quite complex.
You don't want it too kicky, you don't want it too mellow.
No. You can just draw it out on a piece of wood to see if it is, and you can keep drawing lines until you know.
We should do this.
We should.
Build some jumps.
Yes.
Right. It's on.
Deal. Right, I got one here from Biking Thal. It says, I'm suffering from leg pump on technical tracks without much pedaling and standing up. I've tried dropping my heels. How can I prevent this and reduce that?
Probably a couple of things. So training, I would say. Just train your legs more, squats, deadlifts. But also it could be something to do with your bike setup. So maybe like your bar height, stem length, that could determine, well, it does determine where you're stood on the bike. So I don't know. It could be a couple of things. It could be a combination of those things. So I would look at your bike setup first and then train a bit.
Yeah, I've suffered top of my, like the thighs by my knees. I find it when my saddle's too low, I get real burn on that muscle there. So, I don't know if it's there, if it's burning.
Yeah, who knows? Definitely worth doing a bit of training, I would say.
Yeah. Right, I got one here for you.
Yeah.
This is from David Wallace. He says, are we going to see any footy, as in footage, from the e-bike race from Ciotta?
Yes.
Congratulations, Neil, for winning 30 to 39.
Ah, thanks. Yeah, there weren't too many people in that race, in my bracket, but it was good, loved it. Yeah, the video is coming out this weekend, I think, actually, the e-mountain bike race video, so check it out.
Yeah,
there's a bike check as well, so you can take a look at the bike I rode, the Giant, and loved it. So, yeah, take a look at that. I was watching,
it was flat out.
It's good fun. Yeah. Quick fire round.
Oh, yes. Fire.
Did you bring your gun?
No, I didn't bring this.
Right. Elon, remember when the Dirt Shed Show used to be shorter than Ask GMBN? Did it?
Oh, yeah. No. Maybe.
Dirt Shed Show's long now. But it's all good, obviously.
Yeah, good show.
Capra Goat, should I floss and mouthwash, or is flossing just enough?
I do both.
Well, he's got the white teeth in this room, so ask this man.
Yeah, I do both.
Alan Morrison, I don't get arm pump, but my fingers get really sore riding downhill. Just thinking about trying new grips. Can I have the Ergon GD1 grips in the background, please? That's a good point.
If you can come through that door now.
Come again?
Yeah.
I would recommend changing your grip diameter. So these come in slim or bigger, or however they call them, but these are the larger diameter. So if you've got bigger hands, I'll try that. You've got more rubber on there as well, so there's more damping on there. Personally, I prefer the thinner ones. That wasn't a very fast answer. White Tiger, the helmet that you always wear in the quickfire round, Martin. That's the POC helmet, where is it? It's over there. Where can I get it? I can't see it on the POC website. No, it's POC helmet, it's POC.
It is a POC.
It's all face helmet.
POC Coron.
Okay.
In that colour is nice.
Very bright. Boba Fett, why did Neil shave?
Because he did.
Because he did. I wish I hadn't actually. Looked terrible shaved. Edge of Sanity, why did the chicken cross the road? This isn't a question, this is a joke. To see his flat mate. Very good.
Oh, nice.
Richard Bruton, how often do you get on your adaptive bike? This is for Martin. How often does Martin ride his bike, Blake? You probably know this.
Not very often, much. Probably.
Yeah, not that much, unfortunately. Should get him out more.
Yes, we should.
Steph Birkenboss, should I try flat pedals? I'm now riding clips.
Yes, you should try flats. Flat out.
Good
Foot
skills.
out, flat out.
Patrick Gill, Neil, how many races have you won and what was your favourite? I don't know how many, probably about 20-ish. I've won a couple of British downhill races, they're probably the ones I'm most proud of. Thanks for asking. Turtle Pop, this channel has made me decide to sell my touring stroke cyclocross bike for a 27.5 plus hardtail. Again, not a question, just a statement. Nice one, Turtle Pop. You're a mountain biker.
Welcome to the club. Correct me if I'm wrong, or correct you if you're wrong. No, not me.
Right, Liam MTB has done a drop off and he's bottomed out his suspension. Should it happen, basically, he's asking. He had his shock set at 30%, sag and fork at 20, which is what we recommend. Let's have a look at this.
It's a flat drop to the tarmac.
Yeah, flat drops like that are always going to be pretty harsh.
And all your body weight just coming slamming down into it.
I would expect my suspension to probably bottom out.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite. You could maybe run like another bottomless token in your fork to make it ramp up a little bit harder, but
if you want to do drops like that.
Yeah, flat landings are always going to be pretty harsh.
It's a good test for suspension though.
Yeah. Kyle Shannon is hitting some jumps and he's asking for any advice. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Like, making that height I always talk about, maybe so on that third jump, I reckon you could have paused a little bit longer before you start lifting up the back wheel. Always recommend going slower. So once you've got them nailed like that, try going slower and try making more height, just to sort of get that technique dialed.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Very good.
And if you've got any more questions about, correct me if I'm wrong, or anything about your bike or whatever, send them to ask@gmbn.com or hashtag AskGMBN in the comments below.
Yeah, if you want to see more videos from GMBN, click on this logo here to subscribe. If you haven't done already, it's definitely worth doing.
Yeah, and if you want to watch a game of free ride with Mr. Martin Soderstrom and myself, click just down there.
And click over here for a Martin Soderstrom Pro Bike check that you did as well.
Yeah.
Give us a thumbs up like if you enjoyed this week's Ask GMBN.